Got it.
Exit Festival! You guys still with me right now? All right. I'm a firm believer in energy, right? In a lot of different ways, but like Wi-Fi signals and radio signals, we need our phones to pick these frequencies up, right? We are also antennas. All of us, we're beautiful antennas, and we can pick up on subconscious messages and like energy that's flying around the atmosphere. We're all capable of that shit, right? So what I want to do right now is focus that energy. I want you all, because me and my boys, we've been traveling around, all the people in this festival have been traveling around, but we've been on the road for a long time now. So what I'd like is everybody in this place right now to send us some energy. We need to top up on some energy. Come on, send me your energy now, come do it! That's right! Breathe out! Oh! Now put your fist up with me like this, every single person right here. You know why?
Let me know how the feed is going. Let me know if it's level.
Take on the vibe, and soon we'll be singing this time. Like this, I need to lose my inhibitions. Rest my fist, forget about decisions. It persists in that party that I'm giving take on the vibe, and soon we'll be singing this. Time like this, I need to lose my inhibitions. Rest my fist, forget about decisions. It persists in that party that I'm giving take on the vibe. Soon we'll be singing this. Time like this, I need to lose my inhibition. Raise my fist, forget about decision. It passes in that part of the activity golden vibe. And now, yeah, I ain't gonna spend my time wondering why. I ain't gonna spend my days thinking about why. I ain't gonna spend my life wondering why I never made it. Cause I already made it.
Good evening. Welcome to Taunton Bay Soap Company. Well, actually, the third floor live from the Taunton Bay Soap Company. This is Dayak Productions. This is Dayak After Hours. My name is Derek Connors. This is my son Logan McDonald. He works with us here at Taunton Bay. He gets to witness the abuse that I put everybody through, not intentionally. I think he's thought about finding a job a few times himself. You know, I think he's probably actively looking for one, but I hope that's not a direct result of my assholisms.
No.
No.
Not at all, no.
Anyway, no, so we're going to pick the live winnings from the live, we're going to pick the winnings from the live podcast we had earlier, or I had earlier, while he set his ass on the comfy couch we have here in the studio in front of the green screen. We got some cool tricks that we're going to be doing with that green screen later on. Not later on tonight, but yeah, I don't know. We've got 7 viewers. That's not bad for last minute. Throw them together. Let's go do it. Travis, are you there? Oh, there's Travis. Logan says, hey, Heather, how you doing, Heather? Heather Hiker, good to see you again. Alright, gotta go dose. You know, and speaking of that, maybe I should dose too. Excuse me. Logan here, I'm a medical patient. Logan's a recreational user, okay? We're allowed to gift things, so I gifted Logan a strawberry strudel. And look how green these things are. These things are like badass green. Woo! I dipped into mine. I had about a quarter of mine. I knew how to do this podcast, so I was going to go all hog, but Logan, he's sitting here. He looks happy. Had a couple presses. We're all natural around here. We use the press rosin, and that's always good medication. But anyways, it's not all about cannabis. We are here about Kratom. We represent Taunton Bay Soap Company. Oh, I should probably set up for this every time, but I don't. Plus, it's fun letting the viewers come in and wonder what the hell is going on there. What are they doing? You want some Kratom?
Nah, I'm all set.
You sure? Hey, why don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Just do like a teaspoon toss and wash. You toss and wash, don't you?
Nah, not really.
How do you take it?
If I usually do, I guess capsules, but that's usually it.
You're a capsule lover, huh? I don't like
Yeah.
capsules. I have to take too many capsules. Well, not that I take a lot. I'd have to take, when I take them on a regular basis, if I tried doing it that way, it would be probably 6 capsules, 3 grams, 3 days. So it'd be like maybe 8 capsules on a bad day, 6 capsules. Whereas this, I probably shouldn't take anymore, but where it is non-lethal, I'm going to take any more for the sake of the viewers to show you that. In all, I've had like 7 grams since like 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it's not like I'm overdoing it. We heard Joanna speak earlier on our podcast that she takes 16 for her chronic pain. I'm able to manage mine with about, on average 2 grams to 4 grams every 3 to 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours, depending on the day, the situation, stress levels. Yeah, so my flavor of the week, and I picked it, I say the week, I guess it's probably been 2 weeks. I picked this up from Adrian. He's actually a longtime customer turned great friend. I have to figure out which one's live and which one's not. Green Envy. Man, I tell you what, I love this stuff. We went hiking up in the Colorado Rockies. We walked like 12 or 13 miles, something like that. Camped overnight. Oh, my help if I put in the parachute. Camped overnight, woke up in the morning, it was 13 degrees out, sleeping in hammocks. Swinging in wind. And yes, we were in our own hammocks. We have pictures to prove it.
Nice.
Right.
Good.
Right. So, Logan doesn't say much. Anybody have any questions for Logan? This is one of those free forms. We like to float free form. And seeing as though he likes his edibles, we want to stump him. I'm just kidding. Oh, diesel lollipops. Ooh, those sound good. She loves the taste of Kratom. Come on, dude. Chuck, just.
But nah.
Hey, you're one that.
It's 1 in a million.
Yeah, you'll do stuff. I've seen you do stupid shit for money before. I probably shouldn't portray Kratom like that, should I? Come on, dude.
Nah.
Come on.
It's like swallowing cinnamon.
It's worse than cinnamon.
Yeah.
Come on. Do
it's
it.
like swallowing cinnamon, but just a little bit worse.
Do you drink it in orange juice?
Mm-mm.
No. Norman Bamford, he's one of the owners of Tom Bay. He drinks it and shakes it up. Actually, Adrian, he does it too. Must be something with the U.S. veterans. They like that orange juice and Kratom.
I heard it mixes well, but I don't think it mixes good in any drink. Personally, that's why I like the capsules.
Yeah, I prefer mine in the parachute. Where the hell's my camera? I don't like switching from Facebook to YouTube. I need to pick a damn channel and stick with it. Or figure out a way to go live from one channel to everywhere. I can't see my screen from here. Toss and wash guy. Yeah, see, Moses, you got me beat. Man, you guys are killing it with the comments, dude. Thank you so much. Heather Bona, hey, what's going on? Hope I'm not too loud. Logan's over here. Say hi to Logan. Logan works here with us. He loves working in the clean room. The clean room is by far, actually, I think it was like a week or so after we started the clean room to the fullest. You started looking elsewhere? Oh, no, you've been looking elsewhere anyways. You want to be on the road, don't you?
This is a different area for a little while.
This area is boring, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It kind of is.
He travels to Orono every weekend to go hang out with his buddies. It's
usually down in Portland.
Portland or Orono. Either way, it's a couple hours. One direction.
Portland's 2.5.
2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
have fun.
It's closer to everything else, Boston.
Yeah, that's right. I go to
there,
Boston from here, though. But
You do.
I need a new chair, though. This chair is brand new, and it's already. I think I hurt my back by sitting in my chair.
Well, there's like this thing right here. I think if you press it, it makes it stiff.
No, if I press this, it goes.
All right. So it's the other side.
Nah,
It's like a little
I think there's something that I can twist, but I'm not going to do that on a live podcast. Anyway, was I supposed to call Adrian or was Adrian supposed to call me? I can't remember. You heard the phone call.
He said he was going to call in about 40 minutes at 10:30, so any second now.
No, 10. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, 10:30.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have Army. I'm not going to give his branch of service. I'll let him do the introduction. I fuck everything up every time I try to give it an introduction. I can't even say name right. I mean, I don't understand why you all follow me and support everything I do, because half the time I feel like a freaking bumbling idiot. But anyway, we do it. We have fun with it. I had my Kratom. I had my cannabis. I don't dare to do cannabis live on air. I'll probably get my video shut down or something. Although I am a patient, and I suppose if I shared my card, I don't suggest you do that on air because that was kind of loud. The mic hitting the headphone. Yeah. Anyway, what's up? Shake with OJ, and shoot it. Ugh.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a fresh roll of TP. I keep it right here. I went into the bathroom, I took it off the roller, and I put it in my desk. No, it was out of the clean basket. Not the clean basket, the clean bag. Every time they bring in an order of toilet paper, I grab it, roll, throw it in my desk. So, yeah. You're what? You guys are blowing up the comments. I can't. Are you catching any of those comments, Logan?
No, I usually don't read them live, but there's a whole lot of them. Kind of at like the end or near to it.
Yeah. Nulo. Nulo is the name of a tribe. No way. Dayak is the name of a tribe from Indonesia. Oh, I got a caller. Hold on. Hello, Adrian Pruitt. You're live on the air, brother.
Hey, brother. Hello, everybody. Hi, Logan.
How's it going?
I'm glad Derek's got you to keep him updated on what's going on.
Gotta ask somebody.
You caught that, huh? I was like, shit. I've talked to so many people. I need a personal assistant to walk beside me all day long and be like, hey, you've got this in like 5 minutes. Hey, you got to do this, sign this paper. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I thought you was going to be my personal assistant, but...
I told you we can do that from here. Just keep me on FaceTime all day.
Keep you... You really want to look at my ugly mug all day?
I'll do it for the good of the community.
Oh, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. But no, man, we're making this thing go good and smooth, and I appreciate your input. Taking the time out from your busy day. You're going back to school. I don't know. I'm going to let you give your testimony. I could ramble on all day about you, but your background, why you found Kratom, and where you're at now. You know the spiel, bro.
All right. I'll try to keep this one under 45 minutes. No,
Okay.
I'll make it 10.
Take your time, brother.
All right. Like Derek said, my name's Adrian. I'm retired military disabled veteran, 100%. Not by choice, obviously. I served 18 years, 7 months, and 6 days before I was medically retired, and unfortunately I just couldn't keep going, so I had to let me go. And so November of 07, I got a sharp pain in my left wrist, and by December of 07, I was pretty much bedridden. The pain had spread from my left wrist into my hand and my left arm to my right arm to both legs, and it was basically a burning, bone-crushing nerve pain, skin burning, and it felt like someone poured acid on me and stuck razor blades in my extremities and then hits it with the ball-peen hammer, and that's kind of what I feel like, in conjunction with some back issues I have military. So I got out in May of 09, and by January of 08, I was going down the the prescription narcotic road and psychotropic medications and antidepressants and the benzodiazepine family, and by probably summer of '08, I was probably on about 60 pills a day. By '09, I was on about 80 pills a day with the fentanyl patch, taking a big mixture of stuff, just trying to find something to control the pain and then the depression that comes with, you know, going from being active to dealing with chronic pain. And May of 2011, I was told I was probably never going to walk again. I had a nice $25,000 power wheelchair, and it was definitely a pretty discouraging time in my life. And when I retired out of California, I went back home to Texas, and where I could actually afford to live because I lost a considerable amount of income, and was basically trying to survive on about $1,000 a month. And I had, at that time, I was newly married when I got sick. Amber and I had only been married about 11 months before I got sick. And when we got to Texas, we had a little boy as well, you know, when I found out I was pretty much going to be in bed. So fast forward a few years, and so it's just about 4 years in a wheelchair and over 9 years in bed, pretty much 24/7. I mean, I'd have, if I took enough medication, I was able to get out of bed for maybe an hour a day or something to go to the doctor, and that was about the extent of my outings at that time. And my wife was doing everything for me, feeding me, bathing me, keeping me on my medicine, keeping me alive, making sure I was taken care of, and I pretty much lost all hope, and suicide was definitely a high priority for me. Not that I wanted to end my life, but I just wanted to end the pain and suffering that I was dealing with. Like most people in chronic pain, the thought crosses your mind, or I would guess for me it did anyway. And so I moved from Texas to California to try medicinal marijuana, and wound up in Oregon as well. And unfortunately, I didn't get the effects that I wanted. I mean, I did find some relief from it, but I just didn't really care for the side effects that I had to deal with. And so I was cutting off my meds a little bit with the marijuana, but it just wasn't as successful as I've seen it for a lot of other people. So my body just responds very different to it. I mean, I could take a couple 100 milligrams of morphine and be fine, but, you know, give me some marijuana, whether it's in edibles or tinctures or microdosing, or I've tried it all, and I just haven't really had that luck that I was desiring. So I moved to Oregon in hopes of finding different strains of marijuana, and of course, you know, moving from Texas to California to where it was legal, and then moving to Oregon just in search of trying to find better medicine. You know, the cost that comes along with that was almost detrimental to my family, but my wife was willing to make that sacrifice if it meant giving me a better quality of life, in hopes that she didn't have to worry about me being dead from a prescription overdose. And, you know, those were definitely scary times, because there were times I was so medicated and in so much pain and so out of it and unable to function that, you know, I wasn't thinking clearly, and I couldn't tell you what I was or wasn't taking. And then, of course, taking that high level of medication, it starts interacting with the other medications. So, you know, this medication's supposed to do something for you, but you have 3 or 4 other ones, and then it starts having chemical effects on you, and it was just a bad thing. Well, in the summer of 2013, you know, I was really starting to try to do some research into alternative medicine that was healthier, if you will, or a healthier alternative that was from a plant. And it was September of 2013. I had run out of medication early because the VA was starting to cut us back on what we were taking, and my neighbor says, "Hey, you should try this Kratom. I got it at my smoke shop." So he brought me a bag of it. I think it was that Captain, it was in a gold bag, Captain something. It was
Captain Kratom.
30 capsules. Yeah, Captain Kratom, 30 capsules for $50, and I definitely got some really good relief, and the withdrawals from running short on medication weren't weren't as intense as they were in past experiences with that. And so I was like, well, you know, I need to look into this further. And October 13, I actually found what was then Dayak Kratom after trying probably 20 or 30 different other vendors across the country, including ordering directly from Indonesia from a farmer. And I just wasn't really happy with any of the products and the prices or the packaging or customer service. There was just a lot of reasons. But a good friend of mine says, hey, check out Dayak, and I did, and I've been with them ever since. And so I started ordering from Dayak and trying different strains of Kratom and trying extracts, and Derek and Veronica really helped me out a lot, walking me through that process. And it was a good probably 2 years because I wasn't quite ready to let go of the prescription pharmaceuticals because that was my comfort zone. That's what I knew.
Yeah.
You know, I was still doing some research and was dealing with a lot of other things in my life. And finally the VA says, you know, we're cutting everybody off their medication, so it kind of got to the point like, well, I need to figure this out quick. And it was, you know, the Kratom that definitely gave me my life back. And just about a year and a half ago, we moved back to Colorado, and I've solely been on Kratom for the last 18 months. And since I've been back here, you know, I've changed my diet a little bit, started some physical activity, just basic walking, you know, nothing crazy. And I actually did run a 5K last September.
Nothing
I
crazy.
hiked the Manitou. What's that?
I said nothing crazy. Brother, you was in a wheelchair. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to reverse back a few years ago. You was in a wheelchair, brother. And we just climbed up how high? 10,500 feet? Right around there? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so, what was it, 2 weeks ago you and I went hiking out in the Lost Creek Wilderness, backcountry of the Rockies.
Carrying how much weight on our backs?
Probably at least 45 to 50 pounds easy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we didn't carry that whole weight the whole time. We went in, we set up base camp, what, a little over a mile in?
Yeah, a couple miles in.
Yeah, a couple miles in. Hiked around quite a few miles, went up some interesting scenery, had a good time, and I owed all the Kratom cannabis. I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't have gone out there if it wasn't for the plants that God put on this earth, you know.
Oh yeah, I had my Simply Orange little orange juice bottles filled up with orange juice and Kratom. And Logan, that's put a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a little shot of orange juice, shake the hell out of it, and shoot it. That's the best way.
The hell?
I
want to see him do it just regular toss and wash.
Nah.
I'll give you $5.
Oh no, don't do that. You'll choke to death.
Can't encourage that shit.
Been there, done that. It's
Right.
not good.
I shouldn't be encouraging recreational use anyway.
Well,
He's got nothing wrong with him.
Logan, I used to be a caps guy too, but you know, it took too long to get activated, and I couldn't maintain the relief that I was getting that way, and so I finally tried the orange juice route, and I tried Derek's route and almost freaking choked to death on the toilet paper and shot the Kratom out my nose. Like, hell no, I'm never doing that again. So,
I've had
some people could do it, and I wish I could.
Yeah. Oh, man. There's been a couple times I've choked on it. That's why I don't generally promote it. Like, if people are asking for how you ingest it, I don't typically come right out and suggest it just because I have randomly almost aspirated on my Kratom. So, it's the pains that we go through to try and stay out of pain, I guess.
It definitely was more beneficial when we were out in the wilderness, and I'm lugging these orange juice bottles with my Kratom. You know, that took up space in my backpack I didn't really have, and Derek's over there just shooting it straight in the toilet paper. But I know he's afraid to drink it in coffee, which is how I did it our second morning out there. So if he's going to dare you to toss and wash it, you need to dare him to drink it in some coffee.
Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll try eating some CBD, some of this flower power coffee here. I'll give that a shot. You didn't get to try that while I was out there. It didn't get out there in time.
No, because by the time you got it shipped out, you were already at another location.
Yeah. Yeah. TSA got a package of it though. In my phone.
Yeah, TSA are crooks, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to hit highlights. I mean, it's hard to cover 10 years of an experience in a 10-minute phone call. I mean, I could talk about this for a couple hours, just, you know, the emotional ups and downs of the situation and the finances and the physical struggles and the emotional and
Right.
mental stuff and, you know, just the way it tears your soul down to nothing and where I love life, and you know, I was a very active person, and
Right.
I'm slowly.
Well, what I'm
getting
trying
back
to do,
to that.
Adrian, as you know, and I know you hate it when I do this, but I'm trying to bring life to the Kratom community and show the people on the outside that everybody isn't like me, where I'm just, you know, all I do is smoke dope. And I mean, that's not really me, but I mean, I've had those people who are like, well, why do you want him representing the community? I want everybody to know that we have professionals like you, and if you would please tell everybody what your history is with the military to a point that you're comfortable. You know, I'm just trying to show a level of expertise that I'm trying to bring to these testimonies and the people that are out there being the face.
Okay, well, I didn't know how in-depth you wanted me to get, so yeah, I'll be glad to talk about that. I started out in the Air Force in law enforcement, and I spent most of my time actually with the Army, a little bit of time with the Marine Corps. I did a lot of training and deployments with Army just because of the nature of my job, not the law enforcement side so much, but more of the infantry side of the house and then counter and anti-terrorism level stuff. And after doing that it was probably about 14 years, when my oldest son was born. I actually got out of the military when my oldest son was born because of the deployment and ops tempo of my schedule. You know, I'd be working 18, 20-hour days for 3 weeks a month and just gone quite a bit. And so when he was born, I said, you know, I'm going to get out because I want to be a father and I want to be home. And so I gave up what I loved for him, and I actually went to work as a family teacher at Boys Town in Nebraska for about a year. Went back to the military right at the height, right before 9/11 started, and got caught up, and 9/11 happened. And I spent a few years being deployed all over the world, and so my plans of being home kind of didn't work out because I was gone all the time. And then when I came back after about 3 years of being gone, I said, okay, I got to do something else. And so I actually went into Space Command here in Colorado, and I started out as a weather satellite operator, and when I retired, I was a superintendent of the Joint Space Center out in California, which basically I was responsible for, I mean, not just me alone, but helping manage the people that were responsible for all the satellite programs in the United States and a few other countries. And there I worked with all the services and billions of dollars of equipment and funds, and responsible for a few hundred people. And so, you know, I had a pretty high-level job, and I had a really good career, and I was making really, really good money. And my plan was to eventually retire at 25 or 30-year mark and go into the civilian sector, making really, really good money. And so, you know, I went from having a beautiful career. I was one rank away from the top enlisted rank in the military. Right before I got sick, I was in track to put that on, and so, you know, that was like my dream thing, to make E9, and it was my goal to become Command Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, and I think I was on track for that, and that's the direction I was moving anyway. You know, there's no guarantees, but I had great people to support me along the way, both subordinates and peers and supervisors, and I just loved being a part of that family and that team and doing what I did for our country, and it was just a passion of mine. It was my life. It was everything about me. And then when I got sick, you know, I lost all that and lost the income and lost everything except my wife. You know, she stood by me even though we'd been married only 11 months, and, you know, almost became homeless. And So now I'm kind of at the point where I'm starting over, and it's all because of Kratom. You know, like Derek said, we hiked a few weeks ago, and before that, I hiked the Manitou Incline with my sons, and you can look that up. It's here outside Colorado Springs, and Derek saw it. It's like a railroad tie staircase going up the side of the mountain. Like it's almost a mile straight up.
Oh, yeah. You drive up into it, and you see this huge mountain, and then you see this trail cut right straight up, and I mean, it looks like I didn't go up to it personally, but yeah, I mean, just the mountains around there were really impressive, and the fact, knowing Adrian, it's crazy that he did it. I can't freaking believe it. It's awesome, but the pictures don't lie. I see the pictures. I see the pictures.
You know, and now because of Kratom, since last August, I've been volunteering with my city police department, and I'm actually, Derek mentioned, in school. I'm in training for another position in the police department, just as a volunteer right now, because my body's still not, 100%. And I spend a lot of time still in bed. Spending probably 3 or 4 days a week in bed, but it's better than 24/7 in bed, and I'm planning to go back to school, and probably going to be a high school history teacher, because I've seen a lot of history, and I've been around the world a few times, and I want to be able to have a positive impact on our younger generation coming up and show them that there's some options in life, no matter where you came from, good or bad, that you could lose that in a heartbeat. And, you gotta be thinking of your options and have plans for a successful future. And, a year ago I wasn't thinking like this, and so I definitely owe this all to Kratom. And I know Derek and Veronica would never take credit, but it wasn't just the Kratom, but it was, I want to talk a little bit about Tanum Bay, because the people over there have become a part of our family, and I mean, they've spent a lot of time with us on the phone before we even met in person, and they weren't making money for that, with me or my wife, just talking through us some really difficult times in our life when I did want to give up, and just kind of making sure we had the product at a great price and giving us the emotional support, both as me as the person in pain and to my wife as my caregiver. And it's just been an amazing journey. So even though we've had a lot of losses and damn near became homeless, and we're going to food banks to survive and Catholic churches and shelters to eat and feed our kids, I don't know if I would change anything, because it's given me a different perspective on life. It's taught me some new things that I never would have had the opportunity to learn. It's given me solid relationships and friendships that I don't think I would have appreciated in my pre-illness life. I mean, I connected pretty well with people, but not in this way. So
Right. Yeah, I'm finding the same things are coming to pass too. It's just, I appreciate your friendship and your just, I don't know, the testimony that you bring to it. And I mean, it's not like we ever foresee any of this in the beginning at all. I mean, when we started Dayak, I think it was even before Dayak, when I started crushedleafkratom.com, I said to her, just, I'd be happy if we could even just do $500 a month. At the time, I was collecting, not disability, but I think workman's comp or unemployment or something. The doctors were trying to get me to file, well, they got me to file disability, and per usual, for most people, I was denied. And then I got thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I don't want to file disability, because it's just to me, it's just going to make me lazy. And, thank God I found Kratom. That's all I can say, because it has brought me back to life. And it's having people like you around me that makes that possible. It keeps it real. You guys, you keep me real more than, well, not more, yeah. Beside my wife, you keep me real more than anybody.
Well, in the Kratom community as a whole, I mean, I'm not unique. I mean, there's thousands of people out there with stories like mine, and I've met some really amazing and incredible people through, Dayak and Tanum Bay and the American Kratom Association and a few other Kratom organizations that you know, now I consider them, they're part of our family. You know, they've shared in this journey, and we've shared in their journey, and it's opened my eyes to how people go through suffering, and, you know, how we all overcome it in our own way, in our own time. I mean, like I said, I'm not 100% better, and I don't know if I ever will be, but I do know that because of Kratom and because of the people in the Kratom community, and obviously because of my wife, I actually have hope for the first time in a long time, and I'm able to get back to being engaged with my boys and doing things with them and being involved in their life, whereas before, thank God, you know, the three of them were younger when I was sick. Well, they didn't exist now, but, you know, my older one was there, and I missed a lot of his life due to the military, and then I missed the other half of his life due to illness, and my 9-year-old, he saw some of it, but he was younger at the time, and I didn't want to spend the rest of my life popping pills in bed and never be able to be a part of their life. And now I get to be present with my wife. I get to share in my son's life and remember what they did last week, and I get to give back to my community, and it makes me emotional just thinking about how far I've come just in the last 18 months because of Kratom and because of the support from the people in the Kratom community.
It's amazing, brother. We love you, man. It's, yeah, I don't know. I lose words every time I speak to people, and I hear how much of a difference there is between what pharmaceuticals are doing and what nature's doing. And it pisses me off that they try and basically take our plant and take our, you know, make us suffer. Like the sign says up on my wall. Oh, wrong way. Don't let us suffer. You know? Come on, just let us be. You know, just let us be. We're not harming anybody.
The pharmaceuticals were killing me. And, I mean, I was slowly deteriorating already from my illness, and then the pharmaceuticals just multiplied that. And I was a drain on my community. I would love to go to Congress and the president and say, tell my story with a lot of more detail than I did here tonight, because now I'm back to being productive in some form or fashion, not like I once was, but at least it's something. And I'm able to be involved with raising my kids, where, you know, when my 9-year-old, when my wife talks about, remember when he was eating? No, I don't. I don't remember a lot of that because I was so out of it from all the medication I was on. Whereas with the Kratom, I get not only get the relief, but I get to experience life again. And that in itself is worth more than any amount of money to me.
Yep, this is very true. Very true. Well, listen, brother,
Maybe when my book comes out, I'll send it to all the Congress and Senate members. Say, here, read this before you make a decision on.
Well, hopefully we can get you in front of them. You know, I don't know. There's got to be something. The voice has got to be heard. There's got to be a way. You know, we're trying to reach out to as many people as we possibly can just to get, because you never know when we're going to catch somebody that just happens to catch a feed. I mean, look at the quality testimonies that we already have, and this has just been within a short amount of time. We just started these live feeds, or doing it this way, in December, and it's already gotten the attention of probably sometimes not necessarily people that have the power to make direct changes, but have the pull to make the connections to get us in front of the people that can make the changes. So.
Right. Because if I lose Kratom, I lose my life. That's what it comes down to for me.
Yep.
And I've already almost lost that once. I'm not going to do that again, so I will do whatever it takes. I mean, I've already moved 4 different times in my life since being sick just to give myself a better quality of life, so that should show you that I'm willing to do whatever it's going to take.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's
awesome. And I just want to encourage, I know I'm going to get off here after this, but I know there's people that are living in states where Kratom's not legal, and they're fighting the battle, and I want to encourage you guys that are doing that to stick with it, and I appreciate it, because not only are you fighting the battle for your state, but you're fighting it for our country. And, you know, if it comes down to it, as hard as it may be, you know, to consider relocation, because I left all my family in Texas in hopes of saving my life, because sometimes if that's more important, you know, is your health and the quality of your immediate family, so you can enjoy everything else in your life. So it's an option to think about, and trust me, if there's a will, there's a way to make that happen. So
right. And
we'll do what we can
when states start losing numbers as a direct result of banning Kratom, you know, maybe they might take them a look at their laws and look at what the rest of the states are doing that we have gotten overturned. So I don't know.
Right.
It's just a matter of time. But the problem is the FDA is like has billions more money than we do. You know, just I don't know. It's aggravating. Every day there's something new, and it's not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, as individuals, taking on the FDA is a losing battle, but as a team of survivors that are using this plant to improve the quality of our life and give us our life back, we can beat the FDA, and I think we can beat everybody if people would be willing to come together. And trust me, I understand, you know, if you have anxiety, or some people have a hard time leaving their house or talking to strangers or picking up the phone. I get it. I've been in that situation, but as you do it little by little, and if you do it on one of these podcasts, or you share your story on YouTube, or you type it out on Facebook, whatever's comfortable for you at where you're at, it gets easier. And for me, I get more empowered and more courageous, and just from the feedback I receive and from the support I get from doing these things. Because 5 years ago, I wouldn't have jumped on and done this. I just wasn't in a place, and I was too scared of what people might think or what I might lose. But then, you know, I realized that I don't care anymore, because if I don't stand up and say something, whether it's in a handwritten letter or post or a podcast or live feed, then I will be responsible for not doing my part to potentially lose this plant. And I'm not willing to look at my boys and my wife and say, sorry, I was too afraid to do this. So I'm not trying to put any burden on anybody. I'm just trying to say, look around you, find your strengths, find what encourages you to keep going, and the benefits that you've gotten, and then find a way to share that on a level that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and that's, you said exactly, on a level that you're comfortable with. You know, you don't really have to go out of your comfort zone. If you can write a letter. If you're not comfortable leaving your address, you can write your letter and send it to me, and I'll send the address. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's far-fetched, but you know what I'm saying. There's ways of getting your voice heard, and doing this, having pretty much irrefutable proof that this plant works and it's non-harmful, or relatively harmless comparatively speaking to anything else. Yeah, I mean, the truth needs to get out there. This is not what mainstream media has it played out to be at all.
No, and the people in the community are some of the most amazing, intelligent people that I've encountered in my life. I mean, even on a different level than some of the people I worked with in the military, I've been amazed at these people that I see that say, oh, I'm terrified to get on the phone, or I'm terrified of public speaking, but their writing skills are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you don't need it. You know, I'm not a great, I write okay, but I'm not great like these people.
Right.
And I'm like, you could put that in a story or a blog, or, you know, whatever you'd like to, whatever avenue you want to go, and let someone who doesn't mind talking in front of people like Derek take that story to be heard, because that's powerful in itself.
And I even created a platform just for that purpose called the Kratom Research Project. Yeah, I can't talk. Been a long day. The Kratom Research Project. The website is kratom-research.com, and that is for people to blog on a daily basis to give the anecdotal evidence that we need. I mean, I know anecdotal evidence isn't everything, but having a history down there where nobody can take it away, I think is important, because platforms like Facebook and YouTube are unreliable.
Right.
You know, you can't say that these videos and this anecdotal evidence will be up forever. Hopefully the server and everything that I invested in to hold our testimonies will be reliable. You know, I'm not going to shut it down. So, and it's a private network.
Well, yeah, I think that's a great step in the right direction. You know, and if there are any veterans that listen to this, or really anybody that's dealing with chronic pain, just want to encourage you to, you know, keep taking a step forward every day and know that there's hope and there's people that care. You know, you can reach out to me on Facebook, Adrian Pruitt. I'm here in Colorado anytime, and I'll be glad to talk to you, and know that there's a better life other than the pharmaceutical pills, because that was stealing my life, and I know I've lost a lot of friends from that and some other things, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate it. It's what it's all about. Spreading the karma is a saying I heard the other day. I love that term, spreading the karma.
Yep. I heard a guy today from Kenya says, when your cup is overflowing, the overflow goes to those in need. I said, man, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That's good. I like that. Well, awesome. Speaking of a cup of overflowing, I forgot to do this giveaway before I had you get on. So I gotta have Logan here give me a hand doing this giveaway. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate your testimony. I appreciate your friendship. And here's to many more years of being pain-free without hassle from the FDA or any other form of government.
Yep. I love you guys too. I thank you for everything, your company, your family, and the community. Thanks for having me, and let me ramble on. I said 10 minutes. I'm already at 35 minutes. So.
It's all right. I know you, brother. I know you. It's all good. I appreciate it. Talk to you later, man.
All right.
All right.
Y'all have a great night.
You too. Bye. Oh, I always hang up so quick. I'm like, get it. Oh. I know, bro. All right, so now, Adrian Pruitt, man, I love you, man. We had a blast out in Colorado, man. I tell you what, such a good time. If anybody ever has the chance to go hike the Colorado Rockies, do it. I don't care how old you are. Get your ass out there and do it. There's generally no excuse. Anyway, so how do you want to do this?
I don't know.
It's your contest, man.
No, it wasn't mine.
Huh?
I didn't know about it.
He didn't even know he was going to go live. He was sitting over there eating edibles. I'm like, hey, go give me a drink. And then get your live face on. He's like, huh? I guess I missed something. Yeah. All right, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to give you this and this. Let me get practice putting the scroller over that and going like that. Alright. Let me get the screen up there. I'm going to put the screen up so you guys can see it. I'm going to hide my eyes here in a minute. Oh, wait. I need this for... Wait, do I? Yeah, I need this. I need the mouse for it. Amateurs! Amateurs. So Monday night we're gonna have a much better live stream airing at 9 o'clock on YouTube. Facebook, and it's gonna probably syndicate on Facebook, but it's gonna be syndicated. Did that go? It's taking a minute. It should go. All right, now you should be able to get the mouse over there. Alright, so as you see, I have the likes that were on that Facebook live post that I did earlier. That was for the like and share contest for this video feed. If you guys get a chance while you're at it, please go ahead and like and share Dayak Productions, found on Facebook. I have yet to have a YouTube channel. That's coming relatively soon. But for now, go ahead and like the Facebook channel. Alright, I am turning around, looking at the wall. Logan, can anybody see my face? I mean, can I see what you're looking at?
No.
Alright. I'm looking at the mushrooms on the wall. Anyway, on your mark, get set, stop. Pick a name.
Oh, wait, no, let's do it again.
Oh, he says, oh wait, let's do it. Let me turn around again. Alright. On your mark, get set, stop. Alright, pick a name.
Taylor Montano. Congratulations.
What was it?
Taylor Montano.
Where?
Right there.
Taylor Montano. Taylor Montano, you are the lucky winner of the mystery box from Taunton Bay and Dayak Productions. Let me figure out how to turn this back around. There we are. Alright, cool. I'm back. A little delay going on there. I'm sure you'll see that I'm back here in a second. Long delay. Cool. There we are. Peace. Taylor Montano, you are the winner. If you would please get in touch with me, and just get in touch with me. I'll get your mailing address and get you set up. Get a note into the office downstairs, and we'll get you going. Well, hey guys, it's been real fun. Or maybe it hasn't for you. I'm not sure. It's been a long day. Thank you for joining us, Logan. Thank you for letting me beat you up.
Thank you.
Hopefully I was.
As always.
Real fun. I'm going to jump off. I got some planning to do for the next few days. Remember to like this. Whether you like it or not, like it. I got to see what everybody's saying before I sign off. That would be very polite for them. Whatever. Hold on. Let me see. I'm blind as a bat and trying to stare at. Look at this. It's like, boop. Alright. What's going on? Went rock climbing in Wyoming. Alright, Melody. Hey, did I mention that Taylor Montano won the mystery box? Woo! Alright, it looks like everybody's saying congrats. I probably should scroll back a little bit more, maybe. I don't want to miss anything important. Logan's had enough. He's done.
Nah,
done. Toss and swish. Alright, man.
Toss and swish.
You guys, remember, just love everybody. Forget all the shit. Just remember that Kratom is a natural plant. Go with the people that test. Go with the reputable vendors. You don't have to go with Taunton Bay. I would personally love it if you did. And if you do happen to call in Taunton Bay, tell them I said hi. Let them know that you're watching these videos. I appreciate every single one of you. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. And hopefully we see you on Monday at the big show. At least the big show for me. I appreciate you all. Well, not just, that doesn't sound right. It's not the big show for me. It's the big show for Kratom, because I have Dave Harmon calling back in. We're going to give a good update. I have a doctor calling in, and it's just going to be a good time, and it's going to be a bigger giveaway with some secret prizes. Prizes not just from Taunton Bay, but others. Y'all curious yet? That's kind of why I'm not saying what the secret mystery box is. Anyway, I'm tired. It's time to get out of here. One love. Peace. Kratom on. How do you shut this thing off?